Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Woke up or is still sleeping? So I hope you wake up. Good morning. So am I audible to you? Like my voice is reaching to you? Oh, so just now woke up. Good. Woke up with the botany. That's great. Okay, it's clear. ANR, I am also good. Like, how about you? Everyone is doing good? Yes, Virat Kolik. I had breakfast. Whatever you? So my day is a good day, or we can say it's a good morning. Gokul, you are in sleepy mood. Okay, don't worry. Everyone is in sleeping mood because it's just early in the morning. It's just early in the morning. As the day passes, your freshness will be more, or we can say it will be at the peak, 9th, 10th. Sir is the section division based on the exam which is conducted online. Yes, obviously. Good morning. Susma, I'm good. How about you? Srikant, oh, okay, you are energetic. Yes, it's good to be energetic all the time, but obviously, being energetic, it requires energy, and energy is coming from where? Energy is coming from mainly it's a food, but sometimes food is also not giving much of energy. Your environment, your mood of happiness will also give energy. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. Yes, tomorrow is the last class of gift. Good morning. Mansa, I'm good. How about you? Yes, Juice is good. Russell, good morning. Good morning. I'm also good. Like I'm fine. So shall we start with some topics that is related with the photosynthesis? Because in the last class, yes. I'll ask few questions. Like, can you tell me what are the energy currency will be utilized for the synthesis of glucose? Do you want to allow this app to make changes? Okay, it's gone. यार ये कहाँ चला गया? I'm also good. So anyway, like, can you tell me the energy currency utilized by the plant for the synthesis of glucose? Tell me fast. Tell me fast. Can we say that? Can we say that? Yes, good. Since and that is ATP and NADH. See, NADH is not there. Russell, again, NADH is not there. NADH dpH for photosynthesis. Gokul, my family is also good. I'm also good. How about your family and you? So in between them, like one is NADPH plus H plus, and one is ATP. So these are the two energy currency. These are the two energy currency which is utilized for the synthesis of glucose. Am I clear to all? Am I clear to all? Next, my question is where does light reaction occurs? In the chloroplast. In the chloroplast. So where is the place? What are the structures where light reaction occurs? Where light reaction? Yes, Russell, that's a correct answer. Membranous part. Correct answer is membranous part. Membranous part means what? That is the thylakoid which we have drawn in the last class. And inside the thylakoid, the space is known as lumen. And over the membranous part, a lot more, we can say a lot more pigments was there. And this pigment will simply fix the sunlight and convert into the chemical energy. This chemical energy is what? ATP and NADPH plus H plus, or we can say NADPH2. Okay, is that clear? Now just tell me where dark reaction occurs. Where the dark reaction occurs. Where the dark reaction occurs. Yes, correct answer. That is obviously stromal part. Anisa, Praniti means I am getting the correct answer. That is the stromal part. That is a stromal part. That's correct. And in stroma, which enzyme is the most important enzyme? In stroma, which enzyme is most important enzyme? That will convert CO2 into the glucose. Correct answer, Neha, Russell, Yuvraj. I'm getting Rubisco. It's a Rubisco. Rubisco means everywhere it's a Rubisco. So can we say that wherever Rubisco is there, you can expect glucose formation. You can expect glucose formation. So can you tell me, do you have Rubisco? Can you tell me, do you have Rubisco? Do you have Rubisco? I am waiting for the answer. Do you have Rubisco? Acha, few are having the Rubisco, but most of them is not having the Rubisco. So we don't have Rubisco. We don't have Rubisco. If you are having Rubisco, then it's good for us, or it's good for you. Why? Because CO2 is present in the atmosphere, and with the help of CO2, you can synthesize what? You can synthesize the glucose. Means further we are not dependent on our parents, not dependent on the plants, or we can say not dependent on others. So we can live happily. We can live happily. Why? Because we don't require food from others. We don't require food from others. So that will be the miracle if something is happen like this. Okay. So anyway, in this class, we'll talk something about what? That is the pigments. Means in the last class, I said pigment is present on what? Membranous part. Either it's a stroma lamella, or we can say on thylakoid part. So these are the two parts where pigments are present, and pigments will respond. Pigment will help in trapping the sunlight and convert into what? Convert into the glucose. These are the main part. Now today we will start with the pigments. So our topic is pigments involved in photosynthesis. So pigments involved in photosynthesis. My next question is pigments involved in photosynthesis. So what are the pigments involved in photosynthesis? Here it's we can say the type of pigments which is involved in photosynthesis is mainly everyone. Yes, Ajay Verma. Okay, today I am getting a quick response like from the students. That's great. It feels good. Narayana, chlorophyll, Meghna, chlorophyll, last year, chlorophyll. Means everyone is getting the answer, that is chlorophyll. And how the chlorophyll looks like. So whenever you go outside, or we can say in the garden, or we can say in some forest, or we can say wildlife sanctuary, so you feel good. You feel good after seeing the plants, or we can say after seeing a lot more greenery, or we can say green lush area. Okay, so firstly we'll talk about the pigments that is there, that you are talking is nothing but chlorophyll. Okay. So the type of pigments present here is, first pigment is nothing but the chlorophyll. And in this case, the type of pigments, so most of the pigments are what? What type of pigments is present here? It's a fat soluble. So most of the pigments are what type of pigments? That is a fat soluble pigments. Fat soluble pigments. Now, if you are talking next to that, so firstly we'll start with the chlorophyll. And again, this is a brief introduction. I am not talking about this type of pigments in detail, or we can say what are the structures are there, because I don't have much of time this. Okay, so in the class, or we can say main class, we will discuss about the pigments in details. Okay, so here if we are talking about the chlorophyll, so chlorophyll is the combination of what? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and one more part will be there, that is nothing but it's a magnesium. It's a combination of what? Combination of this chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is combination of carbon, hydrogen, thereafter oxygen, thereafter it's a nitrogen. So these are the parts you can find. After that, other than this, what is there? What is the most important part? So here we can say it's a magnesium is the most important part, or we can say it is always and always present in the ionic form. Okay. This is nothing but the photosynthesis chapter that is there in the NCERT, you can find. So carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and other than this, what is there? It's a Mg2 plus, or we can say it's a magnesium. Is that clear, everyone? Now, after that, we'll move to the types of pigment. In this case, again, the types is also there, but firstly we'll write what? Chlorophyll is the most important pigments. Pigments, or in other word, we can say it is the most abundant pigments. Or we can say it's a nothing but it's a primarily most abundant pigments. So you can find this pigment in all photosynthetic organisms. So that's why we can say it's a most important pigments. After that, in this case, you can find a lot more types. Let's say I'm talking about the chlorophyll A. Because chlorophyll is also having a lot more types. Chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E. A lot more chlorophyll can be there. But what makes it different from other chlorophyll? So in the chlorophyll, what I can do to make different forms? So I will change the number of carbon. I will change the oxygen. I will change the number of nitrogen. So by changing this, I can get chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E. A lot more chlorophyll is there. A lot more chlorophyll is there. So if you are talking about the chlorophyll A, so how it looks like? Chlorophyll, what is the color of chlorophyll A? So color of chlorophyll A, you can find somehow it's a blue-green color. It's a blue-green color. And this question they have asked in the NEET 2025, means this year, they have asked this question. In this case, here we can say how it looks like. It looks like a blue-green in color. So this question they have asked in the NEET exam. After that, again if you are moving to the next, that is a chlorophyll B. So overall chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is the most important color, or we can say most important pigments, which is present in all higher plants. All higher plants. So can I ask one question? Like my question is, presence of chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is the characteristic feature of higher plant or lower plants? If someone is asking question, presence of chlorophyll A and B is the characteristic feature of higher plants or lower plants? Yes, correct answer I am getting. That is Abhisri, Surya, Yuvraj. That is Manoj, Russell, Kamakshi, Meghna. Yes, correct. It is the characteristic of higher plant. It is the characteristic of what? Characteristic of higher plants. So means chlorophyll A and B is the most important pigments overall. But again, how it looks like. So somehow it is in the range of this color. It is in the range of this color. Okay. So these are the few points. These are the few things. After that, chlorophyll C is also there. Chlorophyll D is also there. But C, D, E is nothing but it is a characteristic feature of lower plants. Lower plants means what? You can find the algae. So how many of you heard about the algae? Do you like algae? Do you like algae? Okay, no one is. But for your kind information, algae is the most important part of our ecosystem. So, and we can say it is the main producer, or we can say most of the oxygen is coming from the algae itself. Most of the oxygen is coming from algae itself, and many things we are utilizing that is coming from the algae. Many products we are utilizing. Next one is, how many of you like the chocolates? How many of you like chocolates? Chocolate, ice cream. Okay, everyone is liking this. So for your information, I will add few points. Like whenever you are having ice cream is not melting. Ice cream is not melting very soon. The moment you purchase the ice cream, it won't melt directly. Why it takes time to melt down? Why it takes time to melt down? Because there are one type of chemicals, or we can say one type of things that is coming from where? Algae. So algae makes the time, or we can say it delays the melting. It delays the melting. Likewise, a lot more chocolates are there. In the chocolates, the components of algae is there. So anyway, algae is the most important part. Okay. So now next one is, so chlorophyll A and B is done. After that, we'll come to the carotenoids. We'll come to the carotenoids. So in the carotenoids, you can find a lot more ranges. You can find the so what is dragon? Because of liquid glucose, bakery and ice cream. I don't get the question. Okay. So anyway, carotenoids. So carotenoids, again, it's a range is there. It's a range is there. So same as it is if you are talking about the it's again a vast range is there. So if you are talking about the carotenes, how many of you have heard about the beta carotene? Beta carotene. So obviously beta carotene we are eating. Why we are eating the beta carotene? Because beta carotene is the best source of what? Best source of precursor that converts the chemical into the vitamin A. So what is the uses of vitamin A in your body? What is the uses of vitamin A in your body? How it help us? How it help us? Beta means that is a vitamin A will cause the night blindness? Will cause the night blindness, or it will reduce the night blindness? Or we can say it prevents night blindness. Vitamin A. Vitamin A cause night blindness, or it will prevent night blindness. So obviously the answer is it will reduce, or we can say prevent the night blindness. In other words, we can say deficiency of vitamin A will cause night blindness. Will cause night blindness. Okay, so in this case, here it's a beta carotene, how it looks like, or we can say carotene. You can find this same as it is xanthophylls. Xanthophylls you can find it's somehow yellow in color. Same as it is many other pigments are present. Okay. So these are the few pigments that is present there, and it is present in a huge number, huge quantity, or we can say its a number is number is in thousands. Okay. So these are related to the pigments. But how these are helping? If you are talking about the absorptions, if you are talking about the absorption of light. So the plant or the pigments which will trap or fix the sunlight will fix the sunlight. So it is whole range of sunlight it is trapping, or only a limited range of sunlight it is trapping or fixing. So can we say that it is nothing but the range, or we can say limited range of sunlight it is trapping. Limited range of sunlight it is trapping. Correct answer, Russell. So here we can say absorption spectrum for photosynthesis. For photosynthesis, it is known as PAR, or we can say it's nothing but the PAR. What is the full form of PAR? That is a photosynthetically active radiation. Photosynthetically active radiation means the part or the fraction of sunlight which is directly involving in photosynthesis is known as that is a photosynthetically active radiation. That is known as PAR. So here we can say it's a photosynthetically active radiation. Okay. Now my next question is, in which sunlight, or we can say in which part of the sunlight rate of photosynthesis will be maximum? rate of photosynthesis will be maximum. So my answer, or we can say your answer, yes, correct answer I am getting here. That is blue and red. Again, if you are comparing between the blue and red, so blue part is mostly absorbed. Blue part is mostly absorbed, while red part is also absorbed, but not much, as it is absorbed in the blue region. So blue and red part, or we can say blue and red part of the sunlight where photosynthesis takes place more, or we can say it initiates. So here we can say photosynthesis will be maximum in the range of blue and red. Okay. Next one is, if the question is coming, what is the range of power in terms of wavelength? In terms of wavelength, what is the range of power? In terms of wavelength, can you tell me what is the range of power? So power is nothing but it's a visible radiation, and visible radiation can we say that it is nothing but the in between 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. It is the region where chances of photosynthesis will be there. So here we can say 400 to 700 nanometer. 400 to 700 nanometer. After that, what else I can write? So here we can say few points I am just adding related to the absorption. So chlorophyll A will absorb firstly in between the 400 to 500. Chlorophyll A will absorb between the 400 and 500, and after that it also absorbs 650 to 700, in the region of 650 to 700. So these are the region of absorption. So chlorophyll A will absorb firstly in the region of what? In between 400 to 500. Thereafter its next region is 652 approx 700 nanometer. These are the absorption zone. And next one is, again, if you are talking about the chlorophyll B, almost it's a same, not much of difference is there. Intensity of absorption is different. Intensity of absorption is different. Intensity of absorption is different. What is the intensity of absorption? If I am considering chlorophyll A, and B in this region, what is the region? That is a 400 to 500 region. 400 to 500 region. So in this region, chlorophyll B will absorb more. Chlorophyll B will absorb more as compared to the chlorophyll A. But if I am talking about this region, then chlorophyll A is having more peak as compared to the chlorophyll B. Okay. Next one is if you are talking about the carotenoids. So what is the uses of carotenoids? So the main uses of carotenoids is to capture rest of the region. Like none of the pigments is able to trap much light in the green part. So carotenoids carotenoids can absorb lower wavelength of light also. So now, carotenoids, what is the usage of carotenoids? What is the usage of carotenoids? It will absorb lower wavelength of light also. Lower wavelength of light also. Lower wavelength of light also it can absorb. So these are the few points that is related to what? That is related to pigments. Now we'll talk something about the pigments system, or we can say how the pigments assemble and produce a system, and that system act as a what? That system will help in photosynthesis. Okay. Now here just I am introducing few terms. So first term I can call it as a photosystem. First thing I am introducing here is nothing but a photosystem. Okay. So can we say that photo means it's a light? Photo means it's a light, and system means what? System means it is a group of members. System means it's a group of members. So in photosystem, what should be there? In photosystem, what should be there? So if I don't know much about this, then I can say that something which is related to light, or we can say whoever the member is present in the photosystem is somehow related to the light, that is known as photosystem. Okay. So in this case, what is the members? So we can say different type of pigments is the member of this system, or we can say it's a photosystem. Okay. Is that clear? Now we'll go to the next part, or we can say point in this. Photosystem, it is a combination of what? It is a combination of different types of pigments, and each pigments will absorb specific wavelength of light. Each pigments. So here we can say each pigment will absorb specific wavelength of light. Specific wavelength of light. It's not a random phenomenon. It's not a random phenomenon that any pigments will absorb any type of light. It's not happening. So here we can say, because each pigment is having its own chemical, and this chemical will only interact with some particular type of energy. Okay. Obviously, like why like that? So what is your question, Abhisri? So I think your question is something like this. Like why each pigment is having own specific wavelength of light, that is in reference to absorption. Yes. That is a specific. Obviously, like do you have any friend? So let's say I'm talking in general. You can't make anyone as a friend. So you will make only friends, or we can say only the person that matches your energy. That matches your energy. So can we say that if your energy is matching with the energy of others, then you can be friend. Is that clear? Is that clear? So that's why this pigment is what? Pigment is a chemical. Pigment is chemical, and if this chemical is able to attract this type of energy, then only it can absorb. Otherwise, it will not absorb. So that's why each pigment is particular for particular wavelength of light. Okay. So is that clear? Why specific pigment is going for the specific light? Okay, so now we'll move to the next. So this is nothing but the photosystem. Now we'll talk about the components of photosystem. What we can say? It's a component of photosystem. Component of photosystem, or we can say what are the members are there in the photosystem. That is nothing but the component of photosystem. Okay. Now here it's if you are talking about the component of photosystem, so firstly I will write photo means light, and there is a system which is dealing with the light. Okay. Next one is this photosystem mainly having two components. One is known as the main thing, or we can say it's nothing but the reaction center. One is known as reaction center, or we can say it is a common point. It is a common point to which all energy will go. It is a common point to which all energy will go to this part. Next one is, but the energy is coming from where? So the energy is coming from sunlight. But what will trap this? What will fix this sunlight? So obviously my answer is pigments. So pigments should be there, or we can say pigments are there that will fix all the light energy, and it is transferred to what? That is a reaction center. That is to the reaction center. Because from the reaction center itself, the photosynthesis, or we can say reaction related to photosynthesis will start. Reaction to photosynthesis will start. Now, another thing is, here we can say it's LHC, or we can say it's a light that will harvested by, that is harvested by one complex light harvesting complex, or we can say it's nothing but the LHC. That is a light harvesting complex. What is harvesting? What is harvested? So can we say that light is harvested? Light is harvested, but this light is harvested by what? So it's nothing but the pigments. So pigments will harvest the light. So if I am talking something about the reaction center, in reaction center also what is there? So in reaction center also pigments are there. But what type of pigments? So here we can say chlorophyll A is present. Chlorophyll A will present. Next one is, here in LHC, what type of pigments are present? So here we can say other than the chlorophyll, that is a chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, carotenoids, xanthophyll, viola xanthine, fucoxanthine, means n number of pigments will be there. Or we can say other than the chlorophyll, whatever the pigments is left, you can put into what? That is a light harvesting complex. And this light harvesting complex is having the pigments. What type of pigments? It's a necessary pigments or accessory pigments. And this is also known as antenna molecules. Antenna molecules. So, in this case, what else we can write? So, pigments are there, no doubt. Pigments other than what? Pigments other than chlorophyll A. So, this is the most important point. Pigments other than chlorophyll A is the most important point. Most important point. So where it is present? It is present in the light harvesting complex. It is present in the light harvesting complex. Okay. Now next one is, how can you say, like, what is the importance of this? So once name of pigments of LHC. So obviously that is LHC pigments. What are the names? You can say it's a chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E. Thereafter it's xanthophylls, different type of carotenes. All will be there inside this. All will be there inside this. Just I am writing a few pigments. That is a chlorophyll B, C, D, E. That depends on the type of organisms. Thereafter also you can say it's a carotenoids. Carotenoids. Next one is xanthophylls. So these are the pigments. These are the pigments that will help in absorption of sunlight. Okay. Next one is, can you tell me, like, if it is not there? Tafzil, what's your doubt? So here, can we say that, or we can say, can anyone tell me, like, what is the importance of Susma, doubt? Write your doubt firstly. Firstly, write your doubt. Which photosystem is directly involved in the splitting of water? See, that will come later. Like after that, we will talk about the photosystem 1, photosystem 2. But generally, photosystem 2 is involved in splitting of water, or we can say breakdown of water. Breakdown of water. Tafzil, function of that. What's that? What's that function of? Achha, why not 1? Susma, that is question is coming. Why not 1? Why 2 is there? Because obviously, if something is there, like water is splitting, or we can say breakdown of water you are doing. Breakdown of water you are doing. So water can't be breakdown at all, we can say reduction, or we can say at all reduction potential. At all reduction potential. So we can say the alignment of photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 is at different reduction potential. Is at different reduction potential. And many other reasons will be there why photosystem 2 is involved in splitting of water and photosystem 1 is not there. Photosystem 1 is not there. Because obviously, if something is related with the splitting of water, so that photosystem should have some components, or we can say should have some chemical or structures that will break this water, or we can say split this water, so that proton, electron, and oxygen will be evolved. Okay. So that depends. Like Photolysis, that is a Neha, photolysis. Photolysis means what? With the help of sunlight, you are breaking something. You are breaking something. So that is, in this case, we can say it's like a photolysis of water. You can break anything with the help of sunlight. So if you are breaking some X thing, then we can say it's a photolysis of X, photolysis of Y, something like that. Okay. Is that clear? You people, your doubt? Okay. Now we'll move to the next. Photolysis is what? Photolysis is breaking. Photolysis is not breaking of water, Pranav. Photolysis is not breaking of water. Photolysis means it's a breaking with the help of sunlight. With the help of sunlight, it is breaking. Veera ready. So just write the doubt directly so that I can see the doubt and answer the question. So next one is, if you are moving to this, splitting up of water molecule is called photolysis. No, Surya, photolysis is not the splitting of water. Photolysis means it's a lysis with the help of sunlight, with the help of light, simply we can say. And if we are simply saying photolysis, it doesn't mean that photolysis of water. Pyrolysis. Pyro means it's a heat. Pyro means it's a heat, and lysis means again it's a breakdown. Again it's a breakdown. One more is hydrolysis. So with the water something is breaking. Photolysis, with the help of sunlight something is breaking. Okay. What is the function of xanthophylls? So again, xanthophylls is a pigments that will capture the sunlight and it will be transferred to what? It will be transferred to the reaction center. It will be transferred to the reaction center. Okay. So is that clear? Like why lysis and all is there? Good. Now we'll move to the next. Why there is so many pigments, that is the chlorophyll pigments are there? Because obviously we are human beings. We are human beings. So why so much of human beings are there? Why not only one human, or we can say only one member is more than enough? So obviously it's not enough. It's not enough. Everyone is having its own task, own duty, own features. So combinedly we can say they are doing these things. Okay. Srinath, that is a function. SS3, light harvesting complex assisting molecules. This is the function. Okay. So here, what is the function of light harvesting complex? So firstly, it will increase the surface area. So if surface area has been increased, what will happen? What will happen? So more amount of sunlight will be trapped, or less amount of sunlight will be trapped? More amount of sunlight will be trapped, or less amount of sunlight will be trapped? Yes, Russell, that is a more absorption. So can we say that this is meant for what? Increasing the surface area. So increasing the absorption surface area. So here it's a increase the absorption, increase the absorption surface area. Konduru, we will copy from the board. Yes, I will share this. That is a QR code, and you can copy it. Okay. Next one is, now we'll move to the next part. So these are nothing but the photosystem. So can we say that photosystem is nothing but the combination of what? Combination of one is reaction center plus light harvesting complex plus few more proteins will be there. Few more proteins will be there that will bind all the things together. This is known as photosystem. So what is the use of so here it's a, what is this? Photosystem means reaction center plus light harvesting complex plus few more proteins are there. Now we'll move to the next. So this type of photosystem, so there will be different type of photosystem. Like firstly we can say it's a photosystem 1, photosystem Russell, so from where do the proteins come from? See, we already have talked something about what? That is a chloroplast. So can we say that chloroplast is having DNA? Chloroplast is having what? That is a DNA and ribosomes. So with the help of DNA and ribosome, anyone can synthesize protein. And that protein only can be useful, or we can say helpful, for the photosystem. Okay. So one more question I am getting, like what is assimilatory power? What is assimilatory power? And what does it mean by assimilation? Assimilation means what? The small things is converted into the bigger things. Surya, like what is assimilatory power? So small thing is converted into the bigger thing. So this is known as assimilation. What is this? This is known as assimilation. And the power which is utilized during the assimilation is known as what? The power utilized during the assimilation is known as assimilatory power. So assimilatory power means, or we can say what is the assimilatory power? The power utilized during the assimilatory process. And photosynthesis is what? Photosynthesis is assimilatory process. Okay. Now ATP and NADPH2 is known as assimilatory power. So are you getting my point? What is assimilatory power? Do you get my point? What is assimilatory power? The power which is used in assimilation is known as assimilatory power. It can be of two. One is ADP and one is NADPH2. Good. Now we'll move to the next. What is the range of sunlight photosystem 1 can trap, photosystem 1 can fix? If the light is greater than what? If the light is greater than 680 nanometer. If light is greater than 680 nanometer, or we can say approx 700 nanometer, then this photosystem 1 will work. That's why this photosystem is also known as P700. Why? Because it is trapping the sunlight greater than or less than 680. So I think it's a greater than 680 nanometer. Okay. So greater than, next one is One more is there, that is PS2, or we can say photosystem 2. Photosystem 2. Now, this will absorb what type of sunlight? This will absorb what type of sunlight, or we can say what wavelength of light it will absorb. So it will absorb less than 680, or directly we can say P680. P680. And one more students was asking this question, where does this photolysis of water occurs? So photolysis of water occurs in photosystem 2. So that's why we can call it as a P680. So one is photosystem 1 and one is photosystem 2. And why we have placed, or we can say why we have assigned, this one is 1 and this one is 2. So this is nothing but the sequence of discovery. This is the sequence of discovery. Photosystem means 1 means discovered first, later on which will discovered. So that is a photosystem 2. So these are somehow related to what? These are somehow related to pigments, or we can say photosystem. Okay. So till this point, I will stop the lecture till this point. Now we'll come to the doubts. Like if you are having any doubt, just write your doubt, or we can say text your doubt fastly, quickly. Cherry, what is LHC? LHC means light that will be harvested by the complex. So that is a light harvesting complex. What is accessory pigments mean? Accessory means something which is not important, is accessory. Okay, Surya, Manoj Kumar, no doubt. Oh, great. Good. Where does photosystem occurs, Neha? Photosystem occurs again on the membranous part. Again on the membranous part. So why is the pigments specific in reaction center? So obviously, why something is specific means specific type of chemical should be there, or we can say will be there. So that can participate more easily. If it is participating more easily means we can say it should be there. Where does photosystem 1 and 2 occurs? Again, photosystem 1 and 2 occurs on the membranous part. On the membranous part. Both photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 has reactions. Yes. If it is a photosystem means it consists of reaction center and light harvesting complex. Explain again about photosystem 1. So photosystem 1 is nothing but it is a group of pigments which can trap or fix what type of sunlight if it is greater than 680 means 700. So when is the last class? It's your doubt. So tomorrow is the last class. It's your answer. Can you once explain photosynthesis 2? Photosynthesis 2 or photosystem 2? So photosystem 2 is simply is nothing but simply it will absorb the sunlight less than 680. Carotenoids will not be present. No, carotenoid is also present in the higher plant. But if you are talking about the main thing, then it's a chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. No, today is not last class. So tomorrow is the last class. So I think, I hope the doubt is clear. So doubt is clear. So bye-bye everyone. Take care. Enjoy your day.